Hey everyone, marhaba. The family of letters ba, ta, tha. We call them family because whenever you start learning Arabic letters, you need to do it in a group of families, since each group have the same body letter. The next letters, ba, ta, tha, are a family of letters that are written the same way. They have the same body and there is no difference except in the dots. Once you learn how to write the letter ba, you will learn how to write the rest of the letters in this family, ta and tha. You are only going to vary the dots. How to provide the measurements for these letters? This is so important. Even if it's not going to be to the millimeter and very precise, there is a trick for that. I always use alif stick. I don't really write it down as in this example, but I try to imagine it next to my letters to have a reference for my measurements so that the letters don't appear small or big or disproportionate to each other. These 4 lines will help us to see the levels and where the letters go. With the alif stick, we are going to use it as a reference. We divide it into 3 equal parts. In these equal parts go the letters. When it comes to writing quickly, you don't write this alif to measure, but you'll keep it in mind. Later, with more practice and confidence, you will be able to see that one letter is bigger than another, without having to use alif for the proportions. The alif stick can be useful for height measurements, as well as for the width of the letter ba. We write the letter ba. We go to the first part of alif below. This is the height of ba. For the width, it's as if we place the alif stick in a horizontal position to measure the width of the letter ba. You have to imagine all this. You're not going to put these measures in place. Ba starts from here. The width of ba is like if the alif stick is entirely placed in a horizontal position, and the height is the third part of the alif stick. To position the dot, it's easy. Look for the middle of the letter and put the dot below the body. We find this letter isolated at the end of the word. The other position of ba is at the beginning of a word. It's half of the previous letter. We also position the dot in the middle, below the body of the letter too. Sometimes there is a confusion between the dot of the letter ba and the dot of the letter noon. The question is, which one is placed above and which one is placed below? There is a very easy trick to remember it. Just imagine that the line of the mouth is the body of the letter. From there, the dot for the letter ba will go to the beard with the letter B. Beard. B. Ba. And if it's noon, it would go up to the nose with the letter N. Nose. N. Noon. Next, the letter ba in the middle of the word. We start from the baseline, go up, and return to the baseline again. This form is found in the middle of the word. The last position of ba, we write the previous letter and add another letter, as in the first position. In the case of ba, we start from here to here. In this position, we always find it at the end of the word. Another thing is to avoid sharp edges with the letter ba. All you need to do is to respect the proportions while writing the letter ba positions, so that they look uniform. Remember to avoid sharp edges and soften them a little. Once you understand and write the letter ba very well, the rest of the letters in this family, ta and tha, are similar. In fact, they have the same body letter. The difference is only in the dots. Let's look at the body of the letter ta, which is identical to the body of the letter ba. We'll only put 2 dots up and we already have ta. We do the same as we did with the letter ba. We look for the middle of the body of the letter in all positions and put the dots. You have the dots there. Position them not so high to leave room for diacritics. We don't put the dots too low or within the letter either. We put them slightly above the letter body. Imagine that there is a line that allows us to position the dots. We don't put them inside the letter. They have to be above the line. But don't exaggerate their position above the line either, or far below the line. Next, we have the letter Thae. Thae. The only thing we are going to add is a third dot above the two in place from the letter T, because the two letters are almost identical. We place the dots in the shape of a triangle. We never put them on the same line. They have to form a triangle. The order of putting the dots depends on each one of us and our way of writing. You put them however you want, from left to right or from right to left. The sound of th is identical to the th sound in English, as in the word thief or thunder. And finally, remember to practice more. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. مع السلامة.